You know, when we talk about the absolute magic of artificial intelligence, there's one crucial question that almost always gets ignored. What is the actual physical toll of just one single AI prompt?
Let's put this into perspective for a second. Generating just 15 to 20 prompts produces the exact same amount of carbon as boiling a kettle of water.
And honestly, that energy starts to add up incredibly fast. If you run about 130 to 150 queries, that literally matches the carbon emissions of an entire load of laundry. So these seemingly small actions in the cloud, they have very real, heavy consequences right here on the ground.
Scale that up even further, and just 100,000 prompts equates to a round-trip flight from San Francisco to London. That is a full ton of CO2. That fact alone should completely shatter the illusion that AI is just this weightless magic floating around in the cloud. It is tied to massive, heavy physical infrastructure.
So, now that we've confronted that hidden cost, welcome to the Explainer. Today we are unpacking the 2025 Frugal AI Hub whitepaper, alongside the UNICAKey framework, to reveal exactly how we can fix AI's massive resource problem.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the hidden cost of AI, move on to what Frugal AI is, check out the Frugal AI Toolkit, talk about measuring value and impact, see Frugal AI in action, and finally, look toward a sustainable AI future.
First up, Section 1, the hidden cost of AI, and what we call the brute force scale era.
Okay, it's wild to think about, but global data centers are now literally rivaling entire nations, think Japan or India, when it comes to electricity consumption. I mean, models like GPT-4 need tens of thousands of GPUs running nonstop, meaning their appetite for power is just expanding at an absolutely staggering rate. And this massive energy hunger fuels what the research calls the triple AI challenge. First, you've got an immense environmental impact. Second, a limited reach, where the sheer infrastructure cost totally locks out smaller players in emerging markets. And third, massive economic pressure. Did you know fewer than 20% of companies actually achieve a sustainable return on investment with AI right now? It's crazy.
Which brings us to Section 2. What is Frugal AI? Doing more with less.
So, Frugal AI is actually rooted in the concept of Jugaad. It's an incredibly powerful Hindi philosophy all about resourceful improvisation. It's about intentionally designing systems that achieve top-tier performance, but using minimal computing, minimal data, and minimal energy.
By moving away from this whole scale-first mentality, Frugal AI relies on 4 core pillars: resource efficiency, sustainability, accessibility, and impact. It builds AI that isn't just cheaper, it's smarter, leaner, and inherently designed for equity. It opens the door for deploying AI on low-power devices in resource-constrained environments.
Next up is Section 3, the Frugal AI Toolkit, covering methodologies for efficiency.
The toolkit involves some seriously amazing techniques. Take quantization, which speeds up inference by 4 times just by shrinking 32-bit weights down to 8-bit, or model pruning, which can slash your model's parameters by up to 90% without really losing much accuracy. There's also data parsimony, which proves that selecting just a small fraction of the right data is often way better than hoarding massive, messy datasets.
And the contrast here is just night and day. While traditional AI relies on massive datasets and super exclusive infrastructure, Frugal AI is constraint-driven, it's problem-first, and highly accessible, especially to the global south and smaller businesses. Basically, it optimizes for real-world impact rather than just sheer size.
Moving on to Section 4, measuring value and impact using the UNICAKey framework.
Developed in partnership with the United Nations International Computing Center, this framework is a total game-changer. It measures an AI portfolio as a strategic asset across the entire value chain, meaning it connects the infrastructure providers, the creators, directly to the end users who are actually deploying the models. It works chronologically in 3 easy steps. First, it calculates the total cost of ownership, including those pesky hidden integration and governance costs. Then, it translates that into financial ROI. And finally, it links that ROI to actual, real-world social impact, measured directly against the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Let's see what this looks like in practice with Section 5, Frugal AI in Action, Real-World Case Studies. First up is Squish. They are an awesome startup that compresses AI prompts to drastically reduce the computational load. This enables smaller players to run large language models without needing brute force scale. It's all about promoting optimization and dramatically lowering the barrier to entry.
Then there's VoltUp, which brilliantly showcases accessibility. They use AI to optimize battery swaps for electric two-wheelers in India. And the best part? It requires no massive grid infrastructure. They're out there proving every day that high-tech solutions can be deeply modular and locally adapted.
And Orbital Materials takes a totally different but equally fascinating approach. They use AI to target efficiency right at the source, designing physical materials that reduce the massive water and power needs of data centers. They are literally tackling sustainability at the core systems level. Finally, Section 6, a sustainable AI future. Doing more with less for more people. By embracing these frameworks, Frugal AI ensures that rapid technological expansion doesn't completely blow past our ecological limits or leave underserved populations behind in the dust. It's the ultimate alignment of high-tech progress with deep, sustainable responsibility.
So what you should really take away from all this is a critical choice. As we build tomorrow's tools, are we going to rely on unsustainable brute force, or will we innovate with real ingenuity to serve absolutely everyone? Because the future of artificial intelligence doesn't belong to those with the most computing power. It belongs to those who learn to do more with less. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer.